2026 predictions for sealed products. I will be following this video up with a singles video, but today it's all about the sealed. I've got some Sun and Moon, so we're going back in time a little bit. I've got some Sword and Shield, and of course, some Scarlet and Violet, with a little bit of conversation around Mega Evolution. So, 2026, it's a year where the 30th anniversary happens, and we are gearing up for a phenomenal year. The start of the year has already been crazy. We've seen what seemed to be a slight downturn towards the holiday period in 2025 quickly turn back around, with prices reaching all-time highs for a lot of sealed products. Consumer confidence is just absolutely through the roof when it comes to Pokemon cards once again. I've picked some of the best sets from the eras. We're going to start off with Sun and Moon, move into Sword and Shield, and then Scarlet and Violet. Now, when it comes to sealed products, what's really important is a couple of things. One, what are the chase cards like? That is so important. And then two, how good does the sealed product look? And then three, how collectible is it in terms of its print run? Like, was it printed really heavy or was it short printed? All those three things combined will add up to give us a future sealed value. If it's got phenomenal cards inside it, it's got a very collectible looking box, and it was short printed, well, it's going to command a pretty damn high price. Now, today's video sponsor is, of course, the Collector app. There'll be a link in the description to download it. All the graphics you'll see on the screen are straight off Collector. It's the easiest spot to put in your whole sealed and singles collection. You can look at constant market data. If you're a pro user, there's even more market data. You can go way back in time. It shows you things like trades now, whether there's fair trades. You can look at daily gains, market movers. It's the best app and most complete app for putting trading cards inside. So again, link in the description to download that one. Right, like I said, we'll start off with Sun and Moon. Cosmic Eclipse. Cosmic Eclipse, phenomenal set. It lives a little bit in Team Up's shadow. It was the final set when it comes to tag teams for the whole Sun and Moon era. There were 4 tag team sets, and this one did not disappoint. Phenomenal set. Its current price is $3,500 US. It is ticking along quite consistently at that price at the moment. Most completed sales are going for that. If we look at what Team Up's doing, like, $9,000 plus booster box, I don't think Cosmic Eclipse will get there, particularly not by the end of 2026. Maybe into the future it certainly will. I probably do see it reaching Team Up prices in the future, whether that's 5 years time, 4 years time, 3 years time, who knows. Where I'd put it towards the end of 2026, there will be completed sales, in my opinion, north of $4,000 US. I do see that happening. People are still wanting to open these tag team sets and chase the cards. It really is our last low pop era when it comes to PSA graded cards. There's a lot of tag team sets that sit in the hundreds when it comes to chase cards. PSA 10 populations might be 200 or 300 or 400, and we're just not seeing that like ever again. Like Sword and Shield, we didn't see it. Scarlet and Violet, we certainly didn't see it, and Mega Evolution, we're not going to see it. So those populations, people are going to chase those PSA 10s, and they're going to command big money. A holiday set, the final holiday set for Sun and Moon era, which was Hidden Fates. What a great set. Current price is $408 US for an Elite Trainer box. Now, what happened with Hidden Fates, and it's quite similar to Prismatic Evolutions, is it just got printed in multiple waves across a 12-month period, and then even another late wave into Sword and Shield era. And look, Prismatic Evolutions has seen the same. I will touch on that later in this video. But Hidden Fates, $408 US. Because of that supply, it was, I guess, a late bloomer to start seeing some gains. It stuck around a certain price for a period of time because every time it tried to creep up, reprint hit, which knocked it back down. Then it would creep up, reprint hit, and knocked it back down. Where do I see it? It's going to be a $500 at least Elite Trainer box come the end of 2026. Battle styles, moving into Sword and Shield. I don't think we really need to touch on Sword and Shield base, but there is an interesting point to make on Sword and Shield base and Rebel Clash. I mentioned, some important things when it comes to the collectability, desirability, future price of sealed product. That is the chase cards that come inside it, how good the sealed product looks, and also print runs. If we look at Rebel Clash and Sword and Shield base, we look at the first two things, which is, do they have good chase cards? No. Is the box art great? Well, it's no different to any other booster box, really. But what were the print runs like? The print runs for those sets were super low, which is why they've got reasonably high sealed product prices right now compared to maybe some other better sets from Sword and Shield era. But it is going to be the year of battle styles. Mark my words. $243 US. In my opinion, this will be a $350 US booster box by the end of the year. What's happening with demand at the moment and supply is there's just not enough of it. And look, maybe the next booster box set from Mega Evolutions, which looks somewhat mid, will offer some reasonably priced booster boxes once it comes out, but everything else is so hard and so expensive to get. So to still go all the way back to Sword and Shield and be able to pick up a booster box for $250 US with a 5-year-old set, with modern booster boxes commanding the same price like Phantasmal Flames and Mega Evolution base, from an investing standpoint, it's a no-brainer to go all the way back to the older set. Battle Styles is undervalued. I truly think it is undervalued. I'm not saying it's the world's best set. It's not. But it's undervalued for the chase cards that are inside it and the total set value that it commands, which is another thing you can always look up on set analytics, total set value. If you go into any set on the Collector app, you can just click on set analytics from the set in the top right corner and it'll show you the total set value. Battle Styles total set value is nudging like $1,000 US and the booster box price is $243. There's a discrepancy there. If you've watched any of my videos in the past, there is a massive discrepancy in Battle Styles booster box price and its total set value. It's going to go up in 2026. Chilling Reign, it is over $500 US, all-time highs, $530 US now for Chilling Reign. Good on it, it deserves it. It is, again, another one that I mentioned about a month ago with a massive discrepancy between its booster box price and its total set value. And again, it is the year of Sword and Shield, in my opinion. It is starting to get some age behind it, Sword and Shield. And I guess if we talk about a fourth point when it comes to, future booster box price, of course, age. Age is going to do wonders to any sealed product, because why? It's going to get rarer, more and more get opened, less and less are kept sealed. It's a deflationary asset, there's less on the market, and therefore they're rarer. And as they get rarer, as long as there's demand for them, price will go up. And Chilling Reign, no different. I think that'll be a 700, and I know that's a very bold statement. I think it's finally the year for Sword and Shield, and some of these undervalued sets like Battle Styles and Chilling Reign will see great growth. I think it's going to be a $700 US booster box by the end of the year. Speaking about Sword and Shield, Evolving Skies, the big dog, $2,500 US. There are completed sales, I believe, nudging $3,000 US recently. What's it going to be by the end of the year? I mean, that's anyone's guess. I think we will see more completed sales north of $3,000 US pushing into the middle of the year. And I wouldn't be surprised if it's at Cosmic Eclipse territory currently, which is $3,500 US by the end of the year. I know that's a bold statement to say that this is going to go up $1,000 US. Perhaps it won't. Maybe it'll just hover around that $3,000 US price by the end of the year. But Evolving Skies, anytime we make predictions on it, we're always low. It's such a crazy set. We haven't seen a set have that level of growth since Team Up. And the reason it's had that level of growth so quickly is purely to do with how good the set is, how good the chase cards are inside there. It is one of the greatest modern Pokemon card sets. Now, 25th anniversary celebrations. It is the 30th anniversary, so I think this is still a good pickup this year in 2026. Celebrations, ETBs, are $259 US, which actually represent pretty good value in my opinion compared to where I think they'll sit at the end of the year. This will be a $350 US Elite Trainer box, at least in my opinion, by the end of the year. Really getting held up, or pushed up I should say, by the 30th anniversary, which is not far around the corner. Fusion Strike. It's getting very, very close to regaining a lot of its lost ground. It was nudging $1,000 US a booster box. It's currently $943 US a booster box. It most definitely will be over $1,000 US by the end of the year, most definitely. I think it'll be about a $1,200 US booster box come the end of 2026. The top 5 inside Fusion Strike are just too strong. Gengar, Espeon, Mew VMAX, Mew V, and Celebi at a phenomenal top 5. And I get it, there's not much else inside there. Pull rates are terrible, but the box art is phenomenal. The top 5 chasers are bang on, and this box is only going to get rarer and rarer as people still chase that coveted Gengar, the Espeon, and those Mews and the Celebi that I talked about. Lost Origin. Final Sword and Shield set I want to talk about. Lost Origin is a funny one. Funny because it's got a pretty good trainer gallery, one of the best from the Sword and Shield era. But really, when it's the main set, there's only 2 chase cards, and the big one being the Giratina, of course, and then the Aerodactyl is sort of an ancillary, alternate art chase card, and the rest of the main set, there's not much inside there. In fact, I would say Astral Radiance has more depth in the main set than what Lost Origin has. But Lost Origin has that big banger. It has that Giratina, Shinji Kanda artwork. That will always carry that set. Coupled with a Pikachu loaded trainer gallery, also a Gengar, Charizard inside there. Like, you can't go wrong with Lost Origin. $704 US. I think it'll be $950 US come the end of the year, Lost Origin. I'm telling you, it's a year for Sword and Shield. I've been saying that for a while. At the end of 2026, you'd be kicking yourself if you didn't pick up those Sword and Shield booster boxes that you've always been wanting to get, or even some of those Elite Trainer boxes like Celebrations, Pokemon Go. I don't know, is that a joke? Maybe. Who knows? Who knows what Pokemon Go do? That'll probably jump up in price as well. I'm telling you, it's a year of Sword and Shield, 2026. Scarlet and Violet, though, Paldea Evolved. This is about to hop out of rotation. Great set. Again, the Magikarp, just like the Giratina I mentioned, Shinji Kanda artwork, Magikarp will carry that set. It's currently going for $405 US. It's regaining a lot of its lost ground that it lost just before Christmas there, where a lot of sealed products and a lot of singles lost, somewhere in the vicinity of, 10 to 30% of their market value. As people's attention went elsewhere, maybe towards some other TCGs like One Piece, maybe towards, spending money on Christmas and everything else in between, but that's done now. Everything's kicking back into gear, and I can't believe how quickly the market has recovered. It's recovered faster than I thought it would. Paldea Evolved, I think it'll be $500 at least come the end of 2026. 151, what a juggernaut this is, coupled with so much nostalgia around it. Beautiful looking sealed products. You just cannot go wrong with anything 151. But if we're talking about the Elite Trainer box, excuse me, currently going for $419 US. With 30th anniversary, again, that will drive 151, believe it or not, and also goes out of rotation come the end of April. So 151, $419 US, an Elite Trainer box. This will be $550 US, an Elite Trainer box, in my opinion. I'm making some more bold predictions this year because I think it will be a very strong market in 2026. We're already starting to see supply issues on new products coming out, like Ascended Heroes, and how difficult it is for printers to ramp those up. It's just not happening, and therefore, people still want to buy Pokemon cards. Of course they will. So they're going to go back in time a little bit, collect some of their older sets, some of their favorite sets, and that will drive prices up. There's more collectors, more sealed investors, more rip and shippers in the hobby than what there's ever been, and people want to open these packs. It's going to make supply lower. Bang, they're going to go up in price. Temporal Force is a bit of an oddball because it's one of those sets that aren't really talked about. Booster box price currently $271 US. I think this will be a $320 US booster box by the end of the year. Now, that's probably the most conservative one I've had because there's still a fair bit of supply out there for Temporal Forces. Like, you jump on eBay and it's just everywhere. And that's one thing you've got to look at. And I'll get more into that when I talk about Prismatic Evolutions very shortly. But if there's plenty of supply around of something, what major event is going to make all that supply dry up for a set that's, not all that sought after? And that's what happened with Battle Styles. Because it wasn't all that sought after, the supply just sat there for so long. But finally it's starting to dwindle. And that's why I say now sets like Battle Styles will start to creep up in price. Because as supply dwindles, as it gets a bit older, that's when we start to see the uptick in price. And that's why I'm going to be conservative on sets like Paradox Rift and Temporal Forces. Because they're not all that sought after. They don't have great chase cards inside them. And there's still a fair bit of supply left on the secondary market. And there needs to be some event to push those prices up. As supply slightly dwindles, yes, they're going to go up a little bit. Hence, my prediction is they'll only go up a little bit. Twilight Masquerade, this will move a little bit more north than the others. I think this is a more sought-after set than Paradox Rift and Temporal Forces. $309 US. I think it'll be about a $380 US booster box come the end of 2026. That Greninja, we are expected to get another Greninja chase card throughout Mega Evolutions. Will it drive up Twilight Masquerade? I mean, Greninja's a fan favourite card. I love that card out of Twilight Masquerade. I think it's an awesome looking chase card. There's a tiny little bit more depth in Twilight Masquerade than what people give it credit for. Surging Sparks. This is one of the best value booster boxes from the whole Scarlet and Violet era. It's sub $250 US. It's $248 US. Pikachu chase card, Latios and Latios. Beautiful chase cards there, and a special illustration rare and an illustration rare respectively. Hydreigon. Milotic. There are some nice looking cards inside here. This booster box probably is one of the more printed booster boxes we've seen from Scarlet and Violet, and I think that's what squashed it down to $248, plus some Elite Trainer box reprints. So there's plenty of supply of the singles out there, which has squashed the singles prices. which squashes the total set value, which holds back the booster box price. Where will it be come the end of 2026? I can't see it not being $300 US, particularly of how expensive other booster boxes are. This set, has too many chase cards inside it for that not to happen, in my opinion. I think it represents awesome value as one of the cheapest booster boxes you can buy on the whole Pokemon market at the moment. Prismatic Evolutions. I said this is the one I'd talk to you about supply. Currently going for $121 an Elite Trainer box. Very, very similar to Hidden Fates. Comes out with a big print run, starts climbing up in prices. That initial print run gets eaten up by buyers, rip and shippers, collectors, sealed investors, everyone else in between. Now the print run comes, squashes the price a little bit. Starts going back up as the supply gets eaten up. Another print run comes, squashes the price a little bit. And that's where we are at the moment. We're like past our third print run. Price has been squashed a little bit. Still plenty of supply around that $120 US mark. Once that supply eats up, then we'll start seeing the price jack up again. And look, that might be a slow burn as people's attention turn to some of these newer sets, particularly Ascended Heroes. But don't forget how stacked Prismatic is. You can get God Packs, you can get Master Ball Reverse Holos. It's got all the evolutions inside there. There's Shinji Kanda artwork inside there of Roaring Moon. It's so good. It's such a good set. Total set value, although it's been printed into the absolute ground, is still the strongest out of any Scarlet and Violet set. I think, depending on how quickly that supply gets eaten up, we should be sitting around $180 US an Elite Trainer box by the end of 2026. And finally, Destined Rivals. This all depends on whether it gets a reprint or not. $450 US a booster box already. We haven't seen that growth since Evolving Skies. Evolving Skies, we hadn't seen that growth since Team Up. Is that to say Destined Rivals will be the next Evolving Skies or the next Team Up? I don't think so. If it gets reprinted, that will slow things down significantly, mark my words. If it doesn't get reprinted though, sky is the absolute limit. Like this could be an $800 US booster box by the end of 2026 if there's no reprint to the booster box. Do you want to hedge your bets? Look, the same thing happened with Evolving Skies. Everyone was hanging around waiting for it to get cheaper, waiting for a reprint. There was a small second print run, or average second print run, I should say, and then everyone was waiting for more and more and more, and it never came. And you might be kicking yourself waiting on Destined Rivals. This could be the cheapest you'll ever buy a booster box. And what's the worst thing that happens? If it does get reprinted, just dollar cost average down if Destined Rivals is the product you really believe in. I'm Michael, this is Poke Yoz. Catch everyone next time.